Hello, and welcome back to another video. I'm ZpprSprk, and you're watching my barely modded Factory Tech Let's Play series. Now in this episode, I wanted to get a couple things done, and so we're nearing some of the later stages of the pack, or of the Factory Tech mod at least. And I wanted to get as much of it done soon as I can, because I've actually been thinking about a different mod to do a barely modded series on, and yeah, I kind of wanted to finish this one up so that we could start on that one. But if you have any suggestions of ones that you'd like to see me do, let me know in the comments so that I can look at those and see, and if you have one that you'd like, oh, I wish you would do this one, then let me know, and I'll put one together. But in the meantime, what I wanted to look at is the tempering ovens, where are they? Right here. So some copper nickel alloy, circuit pattern 1, battery, quartz, and then Invar along the bottom. As you can see, I have 6 different recipes of it ready to go. And the reason I'm choosing 6 is if we look in here for the tempering oven, there it is. Yeah, this can be a bit tricky to work it. And the main reason is that the redstone signal lengths are kind of odd lengths, and so you have to kind of set up a way to do that. And when you've got other mods involved that have timers that you can specify, oh, I only want this certain length, it's a bit easier, but we don't have those. We just have vanilla redstone mechanics to do it with, so that's what I'm going to try and use. So we can temper an iron ingot, saw blade, a basic gear, drill bit, nickel cutting blade, and we can put unbreaking on tools and weapons. So if I put, say I put my diamond pickaxe in, it'll give it an unbreaking 1 enchantment on it. So that's why I've got the 6, because there's the 4 for the main parts. You can see there's the saw blade, the gear, I guess the drill bits down here, and then there's the cutting blade. Now if you remember, we have in this one we have a bunch of tempered saw blades here, but that was like when I upgraded the mod, it gave me a bunch of those and a bunch of these, the ones without the, you can see that by the tooltip name it says it is a saw blade number 6. Some of these are saw blade number 8. This is blade number 3. Down here, gear number 7. So like, there's a bunch of different things, and that's where these came from. These stone saw blades came from, and so for the most part, I've been using them. So like over here in these, I've got them all filled up with the tempered blades. So the regular saw blades I have over here, and then when I'm done with them, like when the tempered run out, I'll probably put them in. But if I set up the tempering ovens, then I can just temper these ones and then use these, tempered ones here, and tempered gears and everything, and then it should end up lasting longer. So that will be helpful if I can do that. And then the tempered iron, I don't know if I see that in here. There, tempered iron ingot. There's some things that you need that for. There's the Trainus extractor, the core charger, the tuning fork, dimensional shifter. Does that mean it can warp me to the other dimensions? That's cool. We have to look at that. Yeah, this is kind of like a if you've ever seen like the void miners, the void ore miners, or the laser drills or whatever. It's kind of like that. You need to place it down by bedrock, and it essentially pulls the, yeah, extracts ores from below the bedrock. So anyways, let's get these crafted up. So I have not learned the recipe yet, because apparently in modded you have to do it first in order for it to learn it. There we go, and then we can do those. Alright, so I've got my tempering ovens. Now I'm going to need a bit of space for each one, mainly because I'm going to need room to set up my redstone circuit for the timer. So I'm thinking actually maybe we should stretch out here. I'm going to chop these trees down. I don't know if we need to stretch out the building or just bring a fence along. Hello, skeleton. Oh, I don't have an arrow. Yeah. So, probably lay him out here. I'll probably pull this back, so maybe only one or two. Well, it's only one wide over here. Yeah, I'll probably make it one wide all along here, and then kind of dig out the grass here and prepare a room or a fenced off area at least, so that I can, set up my tempering ovens out here, because we are pretty much out of space along here. I mean, I could do some stuff in the middle, but I don't want to feel crowded, so I think maybe just stretching out. I could make more of the siding, since we've got tons of resources now, a lot more than when we first built this, if you remember. But anyways, yeah, so let me prepare an area, and I'll look into different ways to set up the timers, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I built this area here. It's just it's the same size as that area, but it's just over here. I did have to dig into that hill, and it's still, well, it might be now, but I had a little overhang, and then some zombies jumped off and chasing me down in here, but yeah. So it should be safe now. There's the fence there, and then there's a block outside the fence to that cliff face there. But anyways, so here I've got this set up, and these ones are super easy. Just glass in the grindstone. Pattern 3 and the heating element, we've seen those before. So what I have, this is a comparator fade down clock, and another repeater here to give it some more delay. So the book says this needs, for the tempered iron, it needs 73 ticks is the perfect amount. I don't know exactly. I think I'm barely short. But so what this is since I have a comparator or a repeater here, powering this at power level 15, you can see in the tooltip up at the top is power 15. That means this, since the power level will drop 1 over here, this block is getting powered with 14. And so if this repeater wasn't here, this would be 14, and then it would cycle down to 13. So it goes through 15 cycles till it gets to 0, and it goes down 1 each time, so that's why there's 15 cycles. And then there's 2 repeaters, or 2 comparators, so there's 2 redstone ticks here. And each redstone tick is 2 game ticks. So with this here and this here, so 2 times 15 is 30, times 2 again is 60. Just this, I have 60 game ticks. So then add another 4 redstone ticks, which is another 8. So that's 68. The torch here is another 2. And I think this might be the other 2, and that's where I'm getting So 68, 70, 72. So yeah, so I think I'm barely short, but it is actually long enough to do it. So yeah, you can see it actually ends up doing it. So this does work, and then if I needed to extend it, I could either put another row here, which would make it, instead of 60, 120, which might be too much, but then again, there's some things you could drop this back by one. This torch here would power it. Yeah. And then this would power to 14, so this would be slightly less cycles through. And then, or you could just push this back as it is and have another repeater in between, and then kind of, you know, adjust the ticks on the repeater as needed. So you can kind of get close. And the best thing, I guess, that, I mean, it says in the book about it. So machine info, go over to tempering oven. It does say process will simply fail. Stays on too long, the part will be destroyed. So the tempering will not complete, but it says plus or minus 5 ticks. So 70, oh, it says 79. I was thinking 73. So that means I must be at least 74, I guess. Anyways, because I'm working, so this actually might work with the saw blades, right? There was the saw blades, wasn't it? The next one on the list. Yeah, a saw blade is 73 ticks. So this same clock might work. I might saw blade. Oh, here's my regular saw blades. No, I'm short. It is the 4 ticks here. Maybe it's, oh no. See, it's just shorter now. So, because watch when I put the iron in, watch this, it will move. See? So the iron actually takes less time than the saw blade. So I'll have to set up another one for the saw blade, with a slightly different clock probably. Yeah. So, yeah. So I've got the different setups here. So this one is working for the ingot, even though it says 79. It's obviously less than the saw blade, so probably have to set up. We might have to just do trial and error until, you know, just keep adding more delay and more delay until it works. Yeah, so the basic gear is going to be even less. The drill bit should be slightly more. Cutting blade is going to be less. And then the unbreaking 116. So we could probably get away with doubling it, just as is, and see what it is for that. Anyways, I'm going to set this area up here with these other ovens, and see what we go. I will go ahead and label. I have some. I have some. Got 2 item frames. tempered. There we go. Tempered iron ingot. So that's the iron one. Yeah, so like I said, I'll get these other ones set up and show you when I am done, I guess. All right, I think I finally got all the timings down. So I've got the tempered iron ingots, the saw blades, gears. Sorry, it's been a while. I'm a little bit tired. Then you've got the drill bits, the cutting knives or cutting blades or whatever they are. Yeah, temper cutting blade. Then in here, this is the one that gives the unbreaking. So let me demonstrate that one, because it was the trickiest to get because it had to be the longest. And so I thought, well, we'll just double these to make it 4, and that was actually like barely too long. I'm like, oh, well, that's a pain. So this is the regular, I guess 60 ticks. And then this, I needed to get this part here turned off as soon as I could, so that this would stay on. But then I needed to reset that later, and so I essentially have this pulse coming over here fairly quick to turn that dust back on. And then as this is fading down, let's see, it gets down to about 11 or so before this turns it back on to 15. So yeah, so that just lengthens that out. So this one had to be 3 wide, but all these other ones were 2. Yeah, this one was the shortest, and so I was able to get away with this. And then this is only like 56 or so, I think. And so I think this, the book says it's 54. So with this being 56 means that it probably, you know, it's fine. And then this one was a bit tricky. I needed 4 repeaters here. These other ones, these are very similar. This one I think is the exact same as the first one. And these two you've seen before. So this needed 2 repeaters. That just needs 1. This needed 1. Oh, but it was on 3 ticks instead of the 4. Then over here I needed these 3 repeaters here with the extraness there. Yeah. And so here the main difference between these and that is that this turns the torch back on quicker. So you see it's only off for a short little time. Then you watch this one, it's off. Yeah, it's off for quite a while before it turns back on. So, you know, just playing with, you know, turning it off, getting it back on, and the timings and everything was a bit tricky. But if you want to, you know, pause the videos. I'm going through these if you want to see any of this as it's going through. Kind of stand at each one for a while, giving a good overview of what it looks like, different angles. And like I said, this one's on the 3 ticks here, and this one's on the 4 ticks. Yeah, so the tempered iron ingot is 4 ticks. The saw blades, 2 repeaters on 4 ticks both. The gears, 1 repeater on 3 ticks. And come down here, we've got the drill bits. We needed 4 repeaters, 2 on each side. Then here for the tempered cutting blades, there's 0 repeaters. So you can see how it, let me get over here, you can see how we've got the 2 comparators there, the 2 dust here, so that this only gets reset with a 14, and then these are just 3 dust behind it. And these repeaters here are all on 4 ticks. That one's on just 1 tick. Alright. But ZpprSprk is tired. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. If you did watch the video, if you watched it, if you are listening to me now, you watched it. But if you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button. Let me know. Comments. Again, if you have any ideas of mods you want me to do a Barely Modded series on, put that in the comments. I have an idea of one I could do next, but if I like your idea better, I'll do it next. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.